Hello, welcome to Darryl Company. I'm your host, Darryl Fess. Today, we have one of Boston's unsung leaders in the world of senior housing. Amy Schectman is the president and CEO of Two Life Communities, an organization which provides housing and community to more than 1,500 low-income elderly people in and around Boston. It truly is an exceptional organization. Welcome, Amy.
Thank you for having me here. And of course, we're huge fans of Brookline Bank, so it's particularly meaningful to be engaging with you from an institution I have so much respect for.
Thanks, Amy. I appreciate that. Two Life provides housing to the people who were most vulnerable to COVID-19. Can you tell us a little bit about your clients and what you did to keep your residents safe?
Sure. Our clients come from all walks of life. They are, on general, extremely low income. Our median annual household income is $12,000, $40 a year for a median household. And they come from many different countries and speak many different languages, as do our staff. They are very vulnerable because the median age is 81. And so the population really mirrors who's in nursing homes in terms of age and frailty. And so we were extremely worried when COVID hit. And so our approach had four major categories. But before I do the categories, actually, the most important thing we did is we hired our own epidemiologist because we wanted science to guide our decisions. Lots of information flowing, lots of uncertainty. So science was our guide. So the first one was to make it possible for every resident to stay in their apartment and not come out. I know that sounds bad, but it was the way we could prevent infection from spreading. And so we provided free meals, free laundry, free groceries, and a whole host of other things to allow that to be possible. We invited residents to join us and become a community hero in saving themselves and others. The second category was we really invested in ways to make sure the buildings themselves were not going to spread any germs with regular 4 times a day disinfecting, lots of hand washing, and upgraded our HVAC systems based on dilution, filtration, and treatment, the highest level we can. The third was we made sure our residents remained connected and engaged. Right at the beginning, we called everyone, what do you need? How often should we call you? Developed a massive spreadsheet to keep people in touch. We did outdoor concerts, we did window concerts, we did trivia games in the hallways, and we built a lending library of tablets, a lot of online, and we created our own TV station. So everyone was remaining engaged. And the fourth bucket was testing and then vaccines. So we decided early on we wanted to do a regular testing program. We still have it in effect with rapid antigen testing at our door for everyone who comes through our doors. And then we were very aggressive at pursuing vaccines. And now almost all of our population, 94%, is fully vaccinated. And so we can restore community life. And our results prove that it was really worth it. Only 4.6% of our folks ever got COVID compared to 8.7% of the Massachusetts general population and 47% of people living in nursing homes. And we sadly lost less than 1%. Every one of them matters to us, but less than 1% of our folks died from COVID compared to 20% of people in nursing homes at that age. So we think we did really well.
It's hard to believe you were that successful with, people that are that vulnerable. So kudos to you and your team. They did an incredible job. You were talking a lot about what you did during the pandemic to keep a sense of community. And, Two Life from pre-pandemic days to me, it was always about not just housing, but you do provide community to the people that live there. Why is that important?
That's really important because prior to the pandemic, even all scientists, doctors, public health experts, everyone agreed that the biggest threat to aging optimally is loneliness. And community is the best antidote to loneliness ever invented. And so we have never had people who feel lonely with us because we have people whose job it is just to make sure everyone is connected. For some people, it's going to be a book group. For some people, they're going to go to concerts. Others are going to want to join a dining group. It's not the same for everyone. So we have a wide array of activities so that everyone finds their way into community. Again, it might be art for you, it might be lectures for me, but everyone, we have to have enough so everyone finds their way into community. And when you age in community and live this life, you can focus your attention and your energy on engaging with the world in the way you want to be. You know, we have this longevity bonus. Science has gotten us, 100 years ago, people were dying in their 50s, right? Now we're dying in our 80s and 90s. So that longevity bonus is an amazing gift. And it means that your phase of life from say 70 to 90 it's a great bonus and you don't want to waste it. And the way you best not waste it is by engaging with others, because everyone becomes their best self when they have the opportunity to engage with others in the way that's comfortable for them.
Right. Yeah, I mean, people are very social, and we're like that for our entire lives. And that's been one of the hard parts of this whole pandemic, is people have had some loss there.
Right. And did you know that people who have community, who have a sense of community around them, are 50% as likely, half as likely to get dementia than people who don't?
You know, Two Life has always been dedicated to low-income residents, but that's changing, right?
We're adding to, we're not changing.
Okay.
We're never abandoning our commitment to the lowest income older adults. Absolutely not. And with Massachusetts ranking 49 out of 50 states for elder economic security, believe me, we're not forgetting anybody. And in fact, we're in the process of doubling our portfolio for deeply affordable housing. We opened Weinberg House last year, we opened Brown House this year. We're about to start construction next month on 210 new deeply affordable apartments, and we've got 300 more in our pipeline. So we are going to continue to develop. However, because we believe so deeply in aging in community, and we think it's a social justice issue that every older adult should have the opportunity to age in community, and the marketplace is failing the very low income, as you built with government assistance, and the vast middle class. People who are very wealthy, the marketplace is filled with fabulous options for those folks. And if you are below a certain income, we've got fabulous options. But government programs say we can't take someone who earns 15 cents more a week than the top income. It's a very hard stop. And there's a whole lot of people who earn a little bit too much to qualify for subsidized housing, but nowhere near enough to qualify, to be able to afford the market. And that whole group is being left out, and they have no chances. And that just seems morally wrong. So we are about to launch our very first, we're calling it Opus. If you want, I'll tell you why we call it Opus, but we call it Opus for the middle, for people who just want that opportunity to age in community, but they're not rich or poor enough. They're just, but it's most of us, it's me, it's the middle, and it's the majority, and we're leaving them behind. So it feels morally wrong. And so we're going to pursue that now. And we're about to permit our first one.
That's awesome. Obviously, you're very passionate about what you do, whether it's low income or just to keep people with that sense of community, which is what Two Life really seems to me like, more a community than anything else. I'm sure it's the majority of your life, but do you want to share with us something that you like to do outside of work?
Sure, I love to do lots of things outside of work. I think my favorite, which has taken a real hit during COVID, is entertaining. Before COVID hit, for the last 30 years, every Friday night we have a big open house for anyone, and every week we would have between 12 and 24 people for dinner. And what I loved about that is because people could trust that it would happen. People would call me Friday at 4, it turns out I'm going to be alone tonight. I don't want to be alone. Oh, come on. And sometimes people just show up. And we would entertain more often than that, but that was a staple of our existence. And that's something that's really meaningful. And of course, I have 3 sons, all of whom are adults, all of whom I adore. And we do, hikes and lots of outdoor activities with them. And I have a wonderful husband, and he and I like to do that. And we also do a lot of reading and discussing what we're reading, and that's a fun thing too. But during COVID, I was working 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. So a lot of stuff got left behind. We'll see when we can pick it up again.
It didn't seem like you had much of a choice there, right? You had some responsibilities that had to be taken care of. So, but hopefully, Amy, with the vaccine circulating, the world will start to come back to life and be a little bit normal, and you get to entertain and have some fun again. So, Amy, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. And again, let me thank you and Brookline Bank for the way you've been such a partner with us for ever since I've been here 10 years. And we've counted on you for sage advice, for a real sense of partnership in how to solve some of the problems, the financial gaps, the planning ahead. And I don't think I could say enough good about how I feel about Brookline Bank as our partner.
Thanks, Amy. I appreciate that. Thank you to everyone that's watching Darryl and Company.